I am very curious to find out what you think of Jackson Arnold at Oklahoma because he's National Gatorade Player of the Year coming out of high school, but he looking more like that lemon lime Gatorade and not that fruit punch Gatorade because don't nobody want to drink no lemon lime Gatorade. You know what I'm saying? Like you get that, you're like, why do you hate me? And who's drinking this? You know, when they put it in a variety pack, it's like, no, nobody asked for this. Give me the fruit punch. So what is it going to take for that man to go from playing like lemon lime to fruit punch?
Yeah, it has been a rough go for Jackson. And I'm not sure what he's not putting together. It's not like they've played the toughest schedule, right? They've had Temple, they've had Houston, they had Tulane, right? Three teams that I think talent-wise, when Oklahoma woke up in the morning, they were a better football team then. I think that Jackson has to understand the value of short completions, right? Because in this day and age, there's really no reason why a quarterback should not be like 70% completion, especially with like the amount of screens and short passes that they have the ability to just get free completions on. So we're not taking advantage of those. And that's when you call a real passing concept and you get to something underneath. And the reason that those are so important or valuable is because the defense has to work and create depth to cover the pattern or the concept that is down the field. So you get room for those linebackers. They're dropping 12, 15 yards so they can create depth and make those throws harder. That's fine. Let's get to the check down. And now he gets 10, 12 yards. Jackson Arnold's he's averaging maybe like 5.6 yards per completion or something like that. And that lets me know like those things are happening on bubbles and quick screens. It's not worked a real concept and we're able to get to a check down. There's a large difference between throwing the ball underneath and throwing screens, right? Because when you throw the ball underneath after you have a real concept, you'll be able to get those yards. So I just want Jackson to really have a command of the offense, and it just does not seem that he has that yet. And he hasn't had a ton of snaps, right? He hasn't been playing that long. He only had about 70 attempts last season, and we're about at that now. So he's gonna get the opportunity to get better. You need to be able to go out in real game situations to see things, and I think that he has the opportunity to continue to improve.
If you can, I'd like you to take us through some of the things that you see from him. But while you are doing that, it is curious to me that both Nico and Jackson basically got the starting job at the same time. Okay. One guy got it against Iowa, one guy got it against Arizona. It looked easy for Nico against what I know is one of the two best defenses of 2023 last year. And frankly, what Phil Parker's done with that defense is ridiculous. However, I watched I watched Jackson against Arizona, and I was very loud about, I don't know if I see it, guys. And they're like, what are you talking about, RJ? He throws for 3 bills. Yeah, he had the 2 picks, but I'm going, look at what he was looking at. I'm watching it on the TV copy, and I'm saying, what do you see there? And then I saw that again against Tulane with the pick six. It feels like if you send five and you ask them to block across the board, you're going to spook him. He's going to get into a place where he just wants to get rid of the football or he's going to eat it. So, I think the stat is 6 of 16 against pressure with 6 sacks and a pick six. That to me says I'm sending five whenever I can send five. And we're going to take what we can get on the back end because I think I can force you into making grave mistakes. Not little ones, grave ones where you are just always behind the chains and you never have an opportunity to hit those short routes like you're talking about and to stay on time.
Well, let me show you an example of like I think that there's real indecision with Jackson Arnold. All right, so let's get into this concept. This is very, very simple football here from Oklahoma. We got all stops. All right, so everybody's going to be doing the same thing. This read is very, very simple. And we know that we have three over here. So one, two, three. And then we have two underneath and one over the top. So we have numbers to this side of the field. So Jackson knows that he needs to be looking to the left side of the field, and we are going to be eyeing the first inside. So if he takes us away, then we just keep working outside and then outside. So as we get into the play, like this is open by everybody's standards in America. Now, it could be a miscommunication. Like, I'm not sure this tight end's running a great route. He doesn't sit, he keeps moving. But balls like this have to be completed. There's no excuse for this ball not to be completed. I can't put this on Jackson, and I can't put this on the tight end because I don't know who's at fault here. But I do know this, that if you can't complete this ball with a high frequency, like this ball skipping in the dirt, that is a problem. And we can't have that. And I can't say, hey, totally on Jackson. Don't want to do that. Or totally on the tight, but it's on somebody. So either they're not being coached correctly so that they can be on the same page, or he's making a true blunder in terms of how he's throwing the football. And those are the little things. And when I say a quarterback needs to be playing at a high level above the neck, right? He needs to have a plan when he comes here. He needs to be able to execute everything that we saw walking up to the line of scrimmage. Let us know. All right, we're working inside out, all stops. Boom, tight end one, reset to the slot. And then if we need to, we'll get all the way outside to the check down. Easy, right? That's simple football. And he's got to be able to do that.
That was a great play to show, I think, for a number of reasons, not the least of which you're teaching us. The second is I'm looking, tight ends open, the slot's open. Pick one. Like I was going, just pick one and complete the ball, because what you were really talking about is who is it on and who is it not on is one thing. But again, skipping it in the dirt feels like an accuracy issue to me, as I'm going, all right, if you put it where it's supposed to be for him to catch it, can he make that play? Maybe. Hopefully. I hope he can. But it looked like that safety was closing, or that linebacker, forget which, was closing quicker than I would like it to see him closing if I'm Jackson Arnold throwing that pass. But that's, again, to your point about growing up and seeing it and being able to understand not just what is right there from the pre-snap, but he perplexes me because he is so athletic and that arm is live, but the offensive line has not been, it's not our starting five. It's not Oklahoma's starting five, right? We're down on at center. The left side feels like there's a big hole on it. So it's always kind of difficult to do what you said, which is identify who is at fault here. You just know that the offense is not clicking. And when I know that the offense is not clicking going into a game like Tennessee, I'm always going to be a little bit squirrely about what I can expect from it. And it just feels like one where you're going to have to make that play over and over again to beat a team like Tennessee, to say nothing of playing in the SEC. My goodness. Quincy, this is great, dude. Like, the film, you putting us on game right quick? You walking us through this? Thank you so much for this. Are you having fun? This is fun for me.
I'm having a blast. I love talking about it.
All right. Well, we're going to do this throughout the season. Follow Quincy on the Twitters, on the Instagrams. You be jetting out, dog. Where you be going?
Man, I got a bunch of NFL clients who I have to usually see one of them a week, and then sometimes something might come up and somebody's like, hey, come see me on a Tuesday. So every week it's something new. But I always get to I'm blessed to get to work with the best guys in the world. I think I got the coolest job in the world. Don't take it for granted.
For us with children that are raising quarterbacks, where can we go to find you and camps, clinics you might be putting on?
Man, would love for you guys to check me out. QBtakeover.com. You can see all the things that we have, from private trainings to camps to anything that your growing son could need in terms of being the best quarterback he would like to be.
Heck yeah. Well, Quincy Avery, QB Takeover. If you're talking quarterbacks, you're talking Quincy. Thanks so much for giving us some time this week, Quincy.
Perfect. Appreciate you.